I was 31 years old and I'd had 13 normal pap smears, went in for my pap test, was eventually diagnosed with invasive cervical cancer with extensive lymphatic invasion, hysterectomy, chemo, radiation, internal radiation, depression, etc. It was like life-changing. Nobody wants that call. And to live through it and to be like, wow, that actually happened. It did actually happen. And I'm like, I'm still here. And I am still here. And I am so lucky. And it is still surreal for me to think that that is part of my life and always will be. I was just like, wow, how did this happen to me? And when my doctor explained the human papillomavirus, how pervasive it is, and that these tests, the pap test, the HPV test, allow us to detect it, I'm like, yo, as I had always gone for my pap, but I didn't know the difference between pap smears and tests. I didn't know anything about human papillomavirus, HPV. I was like, what up with that? So once I learned, I was like, hey, best friend, hey, mother, hey, college roommate, did you know? The Yellow Umbrella organization came out of this place of me just wanting to communicate what I had learned to other people and say, yo, ladies, pap smear, HPV test, eventually the HPV vaccine. It's like, I know what I went through and I know what it felt like, and I don't want others to go through it. So when I first did the first concert, which was, so I was like, how do I talk about pap smears? And I'm going to use music. So I'm like using pop music to talk about pap smears. So my concert was called Pop Smear. It was really funny. And seriously, the Paradise, they like ate it up. And people came out and it was, again, that community feeling of like, we all agree on this. And like, da 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 da, pap smears, da 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 da, HPV tests. You know, it's amazing how it's evolved over time. And like the Yellow Umbrella concept just came from 10 seconds of a movie. You know, I was watching Harold and Maude and this wonderful lady with wonderful light and inspiration and this yellow umbrella in darkness. And I wrote a song about my red roots and blue nails and like wanting to have a light in the dark. Because cancer makes you feel like you're so alone and you're the only one that's ever going to feel this way. And for me, connecting with other survivors, reaching out to the community and feeling support, it was everything to me. And getting government to work with school systems, to work with advocates, to work with survivors, so that we're all doing it together, because we can. You know, it's like I feel so honored because so many of my sisters have fought and they are not able to sit here and tell their story, you know, in a cute little apartment. And I am, and it's like, 15 years, oh my gosh, lucky. I'm so lucky, you know what I'm saying? What would you do for someone you love? Would you walk to war? Would you lay down your sword for someone you love? Would you run through the rain, jump on a plane, take all the pain for someone you love? Would you go way out of your way for someone you love? would you